got a big week, and real big week. I know it's a holiday week, but it's a big week for our team. We got a great team coming in here tomorrow night, Middle Tennessee State. Tremendous respect for their program and their coach and their players. Coming off a great year last year, NCAA tournament team, and then they've won their conference a couple years prior as well. They just didn't win the conference tournament, so a lot of success, a lot of confidence. Some returning players, and Nico Hunter and Sean Jones. We've got to do a really good job with their front court. Perimeter can make shots. Hammonds is very experienced. Raymond is making shots for him as well. So it's going to be a great test for us. We need a great crowd, and needs to be a really good environment. And then it's on to St. Mary's, which we're not even thinking about them right now. This is it's a quick prep time. We only really have one true day to prep for them. We worked out last night, but it was mainly about us trying to review some execution things on the offensive end. But then we've got to spend some time with Middle today, and then tomorrow at shoot around, because they do a lot of different things, both offensively and defensively.
Because of your numbers, foul trouble is going to be an issue for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah. I was on the radio this morning, and somebody asked me, well, how did you get to this? And I said, I think about it every day. We always have sat kids out every year. Isaac Miles, B.J. Jenkins, Latrez Mushat, guys have helped us win championships. We sat Justin out, and T.J. Sapp, we had to take him. I mean, he's got a chance to be a good player for us, and he's in an unusual situation where he's a mid-year guy, so you're sitting a mid-year guy out and another guy, so you're basically sitting two guys out. Well, when you do that and then you have two injuries, that hurts. So that's kind of how we got here. But we'll get two guys back here probably 3 weeks from now. TJ will be eligible, and then Zay will be back from his hand. But foul trouble, we've gotten in foul trouble. We finished the game at Auburn. The last probably 8 minutes of the game was 6 guys. I was and it's not really about the change of rules. We've got to do a better job defensively, being in position. Guys need to move their feet and make better defensive plays and smarter plays. And our post guys, Teron and Jonathan, they can't play 15 minutes and have 10 fouls in 15 minutes. It's unacceptable, and it's not good enough. And they've got to get better, and they got to get more disciplined in what we're doing.
Seems like, I don't know what percentage, but a significant percentage of the fouls are coming on illegal screens. Is that just a situation of kids being young and having to learn exactly the right way to do that?
Yeah, we have. We've gotten fouls. Illegal screens is a big one. Some body fouls where we're just chucking guys, which you just can't do it. And then we've got just where we just get driven and we have a poor closeout. We're supposed to close out short. We do it every day, and then contain the ball and make them make contested shots. Some of it's probably youth not doing it, and then some of it's you just got to square up and be tough enough to step in there and hold your ground and not turn and not move on those screens. And you just do that by executing better and getting more reps at it and being a little bit tougher.
You have been better at the fouls. I mean, Payne hasn't been as bad, and neither has Jarvis Williams. So there's been improvement with a couple of players.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Jarvis hasn't gotten any foul trouble, and he's our leading rebounder, and he's our leading scorer around the post. So guys need to change. That's the biggest thing. When you look at that, if Jarvis is down there playing 30-plus minutes and not getting in foul trouble, and the other guys are playing 10 minutes and getting in foul trouble, it's something they're doing, so they need to change, and we're in the process of working with them and coaching them and teaching them, how to change. But they've got to do it, and they've got to do a better job of it. But, we've tried to emphasize being in the gaps more, hands off on the perimeter, to keep Cam out of foul trouble. Some of his fouls mainly come from gambling, some bad fouls. So it's really been consistent with the 2 or 3 post guys. Zay's out now, but it's been Zay, Jonathan, and Teron, the ones that have, just killing us. And we're putting guys on the free throw line, giving points away, and then we're not making free throws. And those are 2 huge stats.
Can you talk a little bit more about Middle Tennessee depth and sort of what they bring to the table?
Well, it's a great opportunity to beat a good team, non-conference opponent from Conference USA. It's a rivalry. I know it's not like the Western and Austin Peay, but it's still a good rivalry that goes back to when both teams were in the OVC. Two very good programs. Knight's a point guard, more of a driver, more of a distributor. Raymond and Hammonds are really good on the perimeter, and their two bigs, Hunter and Jones, are Murray-type bigs, Murray State-type bigs, athletic and tough. Hunter can make shots. Jones can step out to 17 feet. Recruited both of those guys a little bit, so familiar with them. Their bench, they're young off the bench, so that's the one thing when you look at off their bench. A little bit, some youth there, but they lost a lot from last year in some places, so they're going to have a little bit of youth at some off the bench. So, but it'll be a good test. He does a lot of good things offensively, some different things that our guys are going to have to understand their rules and their principles for us to be able to guard them. We're going to have to rebound well, and then offensively they change defenses some, so we're going to have to, execute against some different looks that he'll give us.
Do you have any updated timetable on, say, Henderson?
Right about that Southern Illinois game. I think both of those guys, I think that's kind of the timetable. TJ Sapp, definitely Southern Illinois. Zay Henderson, I would think that Southern Illinois game would probably most likely be his time frame to come back.
Is that going to be in full capacity, do you think, or will it be kind of restricted like it was with Ivan?
Probably a little bit, kind of work his way back into it. Ivan and him are two different total players. Ivan was a senior and, all the experienced guy that he could play with a pad on his hand some and understand. So I just got to see how it affects Zay, because they're going to have to wear a pad for a little bit to see how that affects him. But the one thing that Zay does bring us is he understands what we're doing, and there's a lot to be said for that.
You're at the point where you're banging your head because of free throw shooting, especially on the road.
Well, it just puts so much pressure on your defense. You got to be so good. We can't shoot 50. You look at the good teams. That we've had. Or you look at other good teams where you shooting 70%. Right in that area, and if Campaign can't be as our point guard, shooting 50-something% from the line, or, like he is. Jarvis, he's got to be better. He doesn't have to be. He's 8 for 18, but he's got to be maybe 12 for 18 or 13 for 18. And Tyler Rambo can't go 4 for 10. You can't go 2 for 12 in the most, at Valpo, 1 for 11 at Old Dominion, and then 7 for 17 in a stretch at Auburn. It just it's like missing field goals in football. It just kills you.
You guys are 2-3. First time you have a losing record since 07-08. Just what are you telling your guys to, just keep morale up?
Morale should be up. We only played 5 games. I'm not worried about morale right now. If we've got morale issues right now, we got real problems. We played 5 games. We've been on the road for every Division I game we've had right now. You look at programs that are comparable to us, it's not like that, we got to, stay the course. I'm very positive. I'm very confident. Do we have a long way to go and a lot of work to do? No question. But, that's part of our job, and that's our job. And, we're going to grind it. But morale shouldn't be an issue, and it wasn't an issue last night at all. Guys were flying around, executing things. We're just trying to get better right now and try to get healthy and figure out how this team needs to play. We're still trying to figure that out and learning. So, 2-3, I can't get caught up in the record right now with this team. I just got to get this team better.
How would you evaluate Payne's play so far?
I think he's been terrific. Look at assist-to-turnover ratio for a freshman. I think it's terrific. I think it's over 2-1. You look at and just compare him to Cannon, and it's only 3-4 games in, but Cannon's assist-to-turnover was a little closer to 1-1, if I'm not mistaken. Cam does a good job of really sharing the ball, distributing the ball. It's a couple things with Cam that you talk to him that he wants to get better at is he's the head of the defense. He's guarding the point guard now instead of having to play the 2 and guard the 2 guard, and use his length. He's playing the point. He's guarding the point. So he's got to contain the basketball and apply good enough pressure, to bother them a little bit. Second thing, he's got to make free throws, and then the third thing is shot selection, at times. But when you look at a freshman point guard doing things he is on the offensive end, he's really talented, can get his shot when he wants it, but he's just got to continue to get a better feel, and I think that'll just come through reps. But I'm very, very pleased with Cam. We just got to continue to put him in better positions, start to help him understand time and score a little bit better. There's a big play. It's at Auburn. It's 44 all. He got a wide open three. He missed it. If he makes it, maybe it's a different game. But he's going to make big shots, a lot of big shots throughout his career here.
I know you want to win, but would you be at least pleased or happy with a great performance? And you just got beat by Erickson when you played middle, and all the numbers were that you want them to be.
Yeah. I can't get caught up in the record right now. I want to win. No question, we need to win for a lot of reasons. We need to win, but we've got to get better. And to answer your question that way, I want to win, but we got to get better Tuesday night. We got to get better offensively. We got to get better defensively, and if we do that, we'll see what happens. But you can't get caught up in the record right now with this team just because, a team A, B, and C are doing well. We've changed the landscape here the last couple of years to where the way we evaluate things and look at things, and that's a great thing. But I can't let that make me coach this team differently right now. I got to stay the course and grind these guys and give these guys confidence. And if we're 2-4 after Tuesday or 3-3, we got to improve. We got to improve and get better because our goal is, hopefully to have a winning non-conference record and then to put ourselves in a position to win a conference championship.